Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to the gentle, not at all terrifying world of Steven's Sausage Roll. Where, first of all, you can probably already see I have figured out a solution to our live drawing problem. A better solution, I think, than the one I was using previously. And also, I made one kind of discovery about this level. I'm going to be honest with you, I put no effort in on the tower puzzle, and before we get into puzzle solving here, I want to talk a little bit about like the philosophy of doing a let's play of a puzzle game. Apologies if this is boring. I think it's interesting, but I'm always kind of torn with puzzle games. Like the entertainment value of the thing, such as it is, if there can be argued to be any, the entertainment value of the thing is based on watching me figure stuff out, right? People don't just want to see the solutions, or rather, if they do just want to see the solutions, there are other videos on the internet they will go to for that. This is about watching me figure stuff out. But sometimes figuring stuff out involves a long period of being stuck, and I feel like the entertainment value of watching someone be desperately stuck has to be quite low, right? So I'm never sure how much time I want to spend on camera not knowing what to do versus how much time I want to spend. Like, if you spend time off camera not knowing what to do, then you are almost necessarily going to miss the moment of discovery at the end of the not knowing what to do. It's a tough challenge. I suppose what I could do is just record myself not knowing what to do for a long time and then edit around the bits where stuff happens. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing to try. Anyway, I'm going to try to figure out the tower thing live as best I can, but I wanted to have something new to bring. And I think I figured out a way to do this. Well, I figured out one thing that I think is part of the way to do this. So I was trying to figure out, it seems like this puzzle is impossible to execute as two different passages, right? We talked about that. It seems like somehow I need to bring the sausages, the movement needs to be the two sausages coming together somehow. I have a thought. I have an idea. So what I want to do is pierce this vertical sausage. So we do this. And I think I had basically been doing this part before. And I think I want the bottom left here. How did I do? Okay. I walked around before. So I was talking about how, it seems like it's difficult to impossible to bring the sausages through these staircase formations in some circumstances. This, however, using this sausage so that effectively I have a 3-square L-shaped Steven allows me to execute moves that I couldn't really execute before, as well as giving me a place to disengage this sausage. I know this isn't a big deal because we already could have disengaged it here, but now I have them both forward, and now we can actually stab this one from the top, which is the thing that I was really missing before. So I stopped here. I didn't figure out anything from this point, but it feels to me like it's gotta be the case that I'm impaling this one on the left side, right? Because I'm thinking about how we're going to try to remove it later. Right, because I slide this over, then I break out of here. Yeah, okay, that's totally it. So we push you down here. I feel like this is a pretty standard cook pattern at this point. Slide this up, and then execute the tornado of terror. A classic sausage cooking maneuver. Okay, easy. And as a reward, we are going to use our new drawing software to draw ourselves a big smiley face. Huzzah! I did it. Okay. All right. Let's tackle... I had a feeling that that puzzle, like a lot of these, was sort of one discovery, one figurine from a solution. Here at the Great Tower, we are considerably further away, right? So it is 4 of the same setup. And this setup is the same, it's the same sausage cook we just did, right? In theory, where you push the sausage in across this thing, so you cook both halves of the bottom side of the sausage, and then you roll it upward once, and it cooks the rest of it. The problem being that there is simply no way to do that. There's no way to turn the sausage once we get it over there. And more to the point, there's definitely no way to interact with an upper sausage, because like it's going to be the case that shoot, how do we... Okay, like this. The idea is we're going to move a stack of 2 sausages in here, right? We're going to push the I'm going to do a little drawing. So we're going to have a sausage in these 2 squares, right? And this is below. This might be easier to show on one of the vertical ones, actually. Sorry, let me do this and that. And okay, up here. We're going to have a sausage on these 2 squares. And there's going to be another one stacked on top of it, right? When we push this one forward so that it occupies these 2 squares, this open water space, and then the grill, then this other sausage that's on top of it, we will climb up here, we will do the spin, that will push the top bit of the sausage onto this upper grill, and then when we complete the spin, it'll push the bottom, it'll push it across. So the upper sausage is now in these spaces. And that's cool in the sense that it ends up with, you know, half of the sausage cooked for both of them. But then there is no way for us to get it to execute the roll that is necessary to finish it off, right? Well, okay. I guess if this sausage is in this position, we can... Gosh, we're going to have to be really careful how we position stuff here, because while the lower sausage is in the position where the top half of it is on the northern half of it is on the grill, we can walk across it to get up here, but we can't actually roll this sausage until we push this one up so that we can stand on it. We can end up standing in this square, do the spin, but once that's true, it is no longer possible for us to get down. Unless there's a way for the sausage to end up in these 2 squares, one of which is obscured by the thing. The 2 squares that are grills here, because then we could just walk down it. So it needs to be the case that we can stand on the sausage here, roll this one that way, and then move the sausage over while it's below us. Actually, I wonder, have we tried walking on a sausage yet? Like, do we know? I wonder actually if it will let you do that. Like a, let me just get a sausage out here. Like a log, right? Like rolling a log. So let me... This is a thing video games do. Video games love this shit. Testing, testing, testing. So we push this here. And then... But wait, how do I get it up? Because, right, this is a necessary step. And then if you can imagine there being a sausage on the top, the northern half of this one, we would push it up like that. and then step here. Well, I guess you would step here and go like that to butt it the rest of the way. No, you would shoot. You have to be very careful. You can't turn when you're next to a ladder. Yeah. The problem is that if I get this thing, I can't. If I push this thing up so that it actually finishes cooking on this side, I can no longer use it to cross. That's problematic as hell. So how would we... Wait, that's not what I want at all. Like, is there a way from up here to affect that move? No, right? And I can't test... All right, well, let me test the other part. Let me get a second sausage up here. Some of the particulars of the way this works are very silly. All right. Give myself a platform so that I can step onto it. Does this work the way I want it to? Yes, it totally does. In fact, it works really well. And then you can get down. Okay. So... how am I going to make that happen all 4 times, though? Because the... even if we do this perfectly, the 4th time there's not going to be an extra sausage. Right, we can't rely on there being a 3rd sausage available because at some point we will have cooked and placed 6 sausages and we have to do the last 2. That's something. I feel like that's closer. Let me try to get, shoot. It's so easy to press a button just a little bit too much. So what I want to do right now is try to construct a situation where I have 4 stacks of, well, what I want to do right now is construct a situation where I have 1 stack of 2 sausages on top of each other. So if I'm just going to get this out of the way. You go over here. Be quiet for a while. All right, if I press this thing into the formation, it does exactly the opposite of what I want. That's fine. Okay. Now I want to... yeah, basically. Ugh, this is... no, I don't want this. I want to get... there we go. This shape, basically. This is our test shape. So, let me push some of this stuff out of the way. Obviously, I can't solve the puzzle anymore from here because I've destacked too many sausages. But, like, if we can make there be 4 of these, would we actually be able to work with this? right? So that pushes it onto the grill. Then you do this, that pushes it over. Now, if we could afford to push this sausage upward, we could stand on top of it to roll the top sausage over, and then we could log roll the first sausage into the appropriate position. I still would very much not recommend that you eat these sausages, especially now that my feet have been all over them. But the problem is that there isn't a way... There isn't a way to move this lower sausage 1 square north without losing the ability to get onto it. And the only way to fix that is with an additional sausage, which we will not, is not a durable solution. We can do that 3 of the 4 times, but we need a way to do this the 4th time. There has to be a way that doesn't involve an extra sausage. So, what does that look like? I can't like try walking. I can't do a vertical version of the log roll. All right, once I do this, there's no way for me to... Yeah. But I have to be on top of that sausage to solve the puzzle. Well, no, okay, the problem is I'm not thinking about these in order. This would be the last one you would do, and you would approach it from the left. Oh, okay, I get it. Because the idea is it goes 1, 2, 3. That's what a 3 looks like where I'm from. 3, 4. Because this climb up does have an extra square at the top, so you can get onto the sausage here. And then you would execute this, then walk down onto here, execute this, walk across to here, execute, walk across onto here, and then this is solely for the dismount, not for getting onto the sausage. I think that's actually doable. I think that's actually the solution. So now we just have to figure out how to construct 4 of those shapes out of this tower of sausages, which is non-trivial. Okay, we can liberate 1 of these sausages, no problem. Then we can... Nope, that's no good. We have to roll this other one out. Like that. Okay. Then we do the same thing with this. Oof, okay. It is so hard to just press the button once sometimes. It's so sensitive. We can do the same thing with this, where we liberate 1 of them easily. And now... if we line these 2 up, when we execute the same move on this one that we did before, we roll it downward. It will push the top 2 sausages. Well, shoot, is this going to make it... Well, let's do it. So it'll push the top 2 sausages across. Now, the horizontal sausage, although well disguised, is safe to push out. And we have these, which rules. Okay, we can just push that out. And if I press this to this side, is it going to just shove the sausages on top? No. Okay, well we can just roll it out from under them and have these things in position to catch them. Maybe. Wait, can't slide them. And if I do it like this isn't gonna work because I need to be able to push the... Shoot. I need to be able to push the vertically oriented sausages leftward for this to be a solution. Yeah, so my fork has to go through... Well, what if... Hold on, what if I... What if I use one of these to roll it? Oh. I am misreading the position of those. Those are on top of the top sausage. Okay. So one of them isn't fully shaped correctly, but I think it might actually be fixable. So we just want to push both of these shapes into here. And then with this one, it is actually okay for it to be a little bit wrong because we can fix this up here. I think. I'm pretty sure. So we slide up, then we just do that, and now we're good. Now everything is as we want it to be. So we execute the rollover, walk on top of the sausage, do this roll, and then... Yeah. Oh, sorry. I had to walk all the way off of it. It's very important that we do the full L-shaped traversal. It's very important that you not make any false moves. Everything's got to be right. That is the nature of Steven's sausage roll. It is a remarkably precise game for its what do you call it? For its theming, for the sort of silliness inherent to the premise. Yo! Y'all, puzzle games are alright. I personally am a pretty big fan of that feeling right there, and you really don't get that from anything else. Okay, so this becomes... this becomes a vertical sausage. We get our bizarre version of the Legend of Zelda puzzle music. And it's, of course, one that has to be stabbed to be brought out. And I probably did it wrong. I was probably supposed to stab it on the other side. What was my plan here? I'm just gonna put it back and stab it in the correct style. Right, because they want you to get it from the top, I think. Wait, maybe it's not as simple as I was making it. Because the problem is it needs to end up over there. Yeah. We had to put it here, right? But you definitely have to do that by holding it from the top. Well, you have to hold it from the top, but you have to be holding it from the right side anyway. What am I talking about? was trying to figure out a way to hold it from the top left, but that's never going to work. Yeah. So we can't actually get it over here by holding it from the bottom or from the top, but I can't get it off my fork if it's held from the bottom. I had to figure out a way to get it through. Right? Has to be like this. And then... Yeah, actually, I don't need to stab it again. I don't know what I'm thinking. I can just roll it over there. Okay. Access to a whole new puzzle area. Here we go. A level 3, I guess. Seems like there's still going to be a lot of... Actually, it seems like there's a lot more elevation stuff here. Alright, let's just pick one and get started. Did this one not have a name? And is that weird? So there's no way to get these separated easily, is there? So the only thing I can really do... Huh. Yeah, there's no ladders anywhere. Ah, but... What happens if you stab one? Nope, it doesn't... They all stick, is the answer. How does one deal with Cold Finger? How does one deal with a set of 3 sausages? Oh, that tree there. I didn't even realize that that tree was not ornamental until I just kind of accidentally made use of it. Uh-oh. Well, shit. That's probably not good. Okay, hold on. That's interesting. So we want to... I do want to do this, but I don't want to be underneath it when it falls. Okay, I could just get out from under it anyway. But, like, now what? Oh, actually, maybe I very much do want to be underneath it when it falls. Because that will allow me to... Shoot. I was trying to think of a way to use this sausage on top of my fork to dislodge the sausage on top of the other sausage right now. But I don't think you can actually do that. Because I can't like turn it or maneuver it really without... Okay, so it'll catch on the solid object. And then what if I roll these under? What happens? Okay, so the sausage on top of the sausage is sturdier than the one that's on top of the rock. It pushes, it does not get pushed. Well, I mean, that's interesting. I don't know how we're going to dislodge this other sausage then. I wonder if the rolling properties... Here's a thought. I wonder if the rolling properties are any different if one of the sausages is cooked. Wait, how was I going to do this? What was my plan? You often find yourself in Steven's sausage roll asking, what was my plan? I need to be able to sidestep, is the problem. Here we go. No, it would seem that the rolling dynamics do not change. It doesn't, like, slide off of a cooked sausage more easily. There is not an equivalent overhang at the 2 height. And if we try to construct one, it does not work. We cannot make a we cannot make an overhang. So how are we going to get that middle sausage down? I don't know. Maybe we don't start with this one. Maybe that's how. Okay, so here this one is also a question of how do we get the sausage down? Well, okay, I have a thought though. So we're going to need a sausage. We're going to need to be on the top tile of the sausage that's directly above us, directly north of us. Now that the puzzles are going to be all three-dimensional, it's going to be even harder to talk about them. So that we can stand on top of it and do the spin to push that upper sausage south a tile so it falls. Oh, I can't actually move from one sausage to another easily. I hadn't really considered that. Okay, well, hold on then. What I can do... Yeah, I gotta separate these. And then this thing's got to just get fully out of the way. Actually, hold on. Let me move this. I'm just going to get it out of the way all the way. Because we can actually execute this by rolling this sausage to here and doing a different turn, right? Ah. Shit. How do I get down if I do that? Yeah, that's going to create a huge problem. Yeah, and you cannot move from one sausage to another in this circumstance. So there's no way to get back down. Fuck. No, there absolutely is. Okay. I got it. I got it. I think I see it. We need to keep the other sausage around. So we do this. We separate these two. You get over here. This thing needs to be waiting for me. Right there. Now this plan will totally work. Maybe. We'll see. Oh. Okay. So now, I may as well move back. Wait. This gets me back to here, but I still can't get down. And if I move this to a position where it can't... Closer. Closer. That's certainly something. How would I... Gosh. I suppose it is worth noting that were I to slide the sausage that is on top of the tree stump south one tile, there would be no way to retrieve it from the end of the platform, right? It's actually kind of a problem. So if I roll this to that position... okay, maybe I'm being a little silly here. Is there a version of this where I just don't move the other sausage all the way down? Like, do this. Well, no, if I leave this thing in this position... I was thinking so that I can roll it back over into a position next to the thing. Right, like roll this over to here so that I can still execute the turn and then stand on this, roll this one back so that it goes, so that it ends up in these two squares, and then dismount and dismount. But once you draw it, the problem's really obvious. It requires these two sausages to pass through each other. The reason that the southern sausage has to be all the way south is that the northern sausage, or the middle sausage, I suppose, can be rolled past it. And if it is rolled into the two bottom slots, then there's no way off of it anyway. Friends? I am a little flummoxed here. It feels to me a little bit like there is something that I am missing. I am wondering if perhaps there's a bit of mechanics here that I could learn that would help me understand what my problem is. The cold escarpment. Okay, so the only way to get these sausages to the grill is across this gap. However, only one of them actually can cross that gap. Now, it is certainly possible to skewer these, so maybe the idea is that I do a skewer and then I walk the vertical one I don't even know where. Somewhere. We're not going to be able to transfer off of this thing. I could walk up on this thing, scrape the vertical sausage off of my fork, and then push it down so it is down there. But that would not allow me to get down there myself. Because this thing is elevation 2. How would I... Yeah, gosh, how am I supposed to get anywhere? This seems very challenging. I guess I should verify. Hold on. I'm making a little bit of an assumption here. And I think it's a solid assumption. But it should probably just be checked. Yes, okay. We are at a different sausage, a different elevation than that sausage. And we definitely cannot dismount the platform onto it, that being the case. This one seems less possible than the others. It's interesting how each sausage looks on the main menu here on the world map. Each sausage is like a window into a nightmare dimension. All right, so in terms of, you would consider one of the two puzzles that we're standing between right now the tutorial puzzles, right? In terms of their position. These are the first puzzles you're going to encounter as you enter the area. And you know, this one does look less troublesome than the others. Just due to the fact that you can get everything onto the correct level pretty easily. There's a question, I suppose, about whether something needs to be stacked. And how are things to be cooked? So it's easy enough to roll a sausage over onto that grill, and then to climb up there and get onto the sausage and move it around. If we take the horizontal sausage and I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the difficulty here? Because the vertically oriented sausages we can just push onto the grill by moving right until we're here. And then we get up on top of this thing and we press down and we log roll them, right? The vertical sausage, or the horizontally aligned sausage, can't be pushed on that way. So it's going to have to be carried across the 2x2 and then pushed down to be cooked on this L-shaped grill in the way that we're used to. So... get those both down. And then I guess... Here, let me... For sake of ease, we probably want to do this in the appropriate column. Well, except I guess that the appropriate column would block the ladder. So I guess in that case, let's just try it like this. Oh, shoot. Stop there. Okay. I was curious what would happen trying to climb down while my fork is obstructed, and now we know. So if I slide this downward, okay, it carries the sausage with it. Unless I am underneath. Yep, that makes sense. But if I roll it, it's going to eject the sausage, right? Yeah. So we need to make sure we're using the other one. All right, and now that we're no longer right up against the platform, we can fix the elevation. Oops, that a bit early. I actually do want this to be in the top row. Okay. And then it's just a matter of continually replacing these into a sort of conveyor belt. But you start to run into some problems. Yeah, you sure do. Need you to get back over there. Because we need to move this one more forward. And then if I just press this area forward again, I think that's an acceptable place for that to fall. Then we get up here and we do that to move that thing into that position, and then we step down onto it and roll it across. Okay, easy. And you know, at the risk of making this not quite an hour, and by risk I mean guarantee, I'm going to go ahead and call it there, actually, because I want to go out on a little bit of positive energy. That's a win. I'm taking it. So maybe this one is going to be a lot about... This is playing with elevation a lot. We're probably going to see a lot of, like, rolling and picking stuff up and... Oof. I think at this point we basically understand the rules for that, at least. I don't know if there might be like surprises waiting for us on that front, but we kind of have an idea what's going on. That said, I must be missing something given how I have absolutely no approach to the majority of these. So I guess that's it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for brute forcing things until I figure out exactly what it is I am meant to know. And we'll see you then.